Hi, how's everyone doing? I hope y'all are doing good. My day's been pretty good. To be honest, did not do a lot today. Today's my day off before we go back to work. So I went to the gym. After that, did absolutely nothing. And you know what? Felt good. But I did want to record something and talk to you guys about something very, very important. So you guys obviously don't know this about me because my YouTube channel is still very young, but I am an absolute style fashionista. I just have absolutely no clothes. And I'm not joking, I have zero clothes. I have clothes that are for work, I have clothes that are for the gym, I have pajamas, and that's it. So basically whenever I go out, it's jeans and a t-shirt. And you know what? That's just not me. That doesn't emulate. I need something that emulates my personality. You know, you probably feel the same. Or maybe you're finally getting around that time of age where your parents finally just stop buying you clothes and you're responsible for buying your own clothes, and you finally get to wear the clothes that you've been wanting to wear for a hot minute. Well, I'm kind of in a similar situation like that myself. I'm finally at a point where I'm working and I can afford the clothes that I want to get for myself. But it got me thinking, what would my dream wardrobe consist of? And how do I want to style myself? So you're probably thinking the same thing now that maybe you have some money or you're finally able to buy your own clothes. You're probably thinking, how do I want to style myself? Or how do I get myself to wear the clothes that the picture perfect me wears? Well, today we're gonna go over that and we're gonna elevate your fashion game. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is figure out what is your dream aesthetic and what is the aesthetic that you want to emulate in your average everyday. So that could be dark academia, light academia, mermaid core, fairy core, cottage core, coquette, the ones that we're going to talk about, or at least the three that I really like. My top three are coquette, old money, and the eclectic aesthetic. You may honestly align with a lot of aesthetics. I know that I do. But for today's purposes, you might want to just pick a top three, or better yet, even just one that's just like your number one. Like that one's your ultimate, like you vibe with that. That one's your favorite. If maybe you're confused, you're like, I don't really know a lot of fashion aesthetics. I don't really I have like three in my head, but they're not really the three that I like. I'm definitely gonna link below like websites that have like a whole list of fashion aesthetics, so that way you can get a vibe of like, I think I like this one, I think I may like this one. Obviously, it's gonna be hard knowing if you align with a certain aesthetic just based off the phrase alone, so you're definitely gonna want a Pinterest. If you don't know what a Pinterest is, girl, how do you not know? No judgment, no shame. Pinterest is basically a place where you can find cute aesthetic fashion pics or poorly seasoned recipes. And it's really helpful for what we're doing today. Just take whatever aesthetics that you like, search them on Pinterest, and save whatever photos that really interest you and you think are really cute. Next, you're gonna wanna make a mood board of all the pictures from that aesthetic. You don't need to make a physical one because that's a lot of work. All you need to do is go on a Google Doc. Like Google Doc is free, Google Slides is free, and just upload all the images into one document so that way you can see them in one place, so that way it's you can get a general idea of what this certain aesthetic looks like. This is a really great thing to do because these mood boards give you a solid idea if you're really feeling the aesthetic or not. For instance, I did do a mood board for dark academia, and I thought I was gonna love dark academia, but honestly, it's a lot of browns, it's a lot of neutrals, it's a lot of cardigans. And it's more of like a librarian chic. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not, it's not the type of thing that I'm going for. And it's definitely, since summer's coming up, it's definitely not a summer type of look for me. You know, on the flip side, I actually thought I wasn't gonna like the eclectic aesthetic because sometimes it can look like a lot, but there are definitely a lot of eclectic styles where there are a lot, and there are a lot of fun colors and fun patterns, but it's still a succinct outfit, and a lot of eclectic styles where it's a bit much. All right, you created your mood boards. Now, how do you shop or create clothes that emulate that aesthetic? Maybe I should put a counter for every time I say aesthetic, because I feel like I've said it about 1,500 times at this point. But you know what? That's the point of this video. Next, I want you to take the mood board of the aesthetic that you like and notice all the common details in the clothing pictures that you compiled together. So for instance, for the coquette aesthetic, there's a lot of lace, there is a lot of really fun trims, there's a lot of luster fabric, like high luster fabrics, there is a lot of softer palettes, a lot of pinks. For the eclectic aesthetic, it's a lot of strong, very loud patterns, really high saturated color palettes, and a lot of really fun accent piece accessories. For the old money aesthetic, it's a lot of pearls, it's a lot of A-line style dresses, and it's a lot of mid-luster fabrics. This may seem a little much, but knowing what components make up an aesthetic is really going to help you when you're shopping. Because if you're shopping online, you can put those key details in the search tab and you can find the clothing that you're looking for. Or if you're shopping in store, you just know which components to look out for and which components are going to lead you to the aesthetic that you're really aiming for. And if you're making clothes, which is something I highly suggest, you know which sewing patterns to look for and you know which fabrics you want to buy to maintain the aesthetic that you're going for. All right, this last step is super simple, but it's also super important. You're going to want to write down a list of clothes elements. By clothing elements, I mean skirts, shorts, jeans, like tops, and dresses, like clothing elements. You're gonna want to make a list of clothing elements and aesthetic details that you really like, you kind of like, and you absolutely don't like at all. I know you're probably thinking, I know what I like. I don't need to make a list of it. I have it all up here. And if you do, then good for you, but I am not built the same. Having a list that's written down really helps me because I'm an impulse buyer, I have ADHD, and I know if I'm let loose free in them all, I will buy tons of stuff and come home and realize, wow, I can't style any of this, and I low-key don't want to wear any of this. For instance, there was one time I went thrift shopping and there were a lot of really cute shorts. There was one that was embroidered, there was one that was a fun color. I was like, okay, I'm really into this. Took it home and I realized, wow, I forgot. I don't like shorts. The way that I'm built, I've never known a time in my life where my thighs haven't rubbed together. And shorts are obviously primarily for summer and spring and hot seasons. So chub rub plus sweating, like it's uncomfortable. It's not fun, it's not great. So shorts are not the best thing for me. And yet I had like 4 or 5 pairs of shorts and not knowing what to do with them because I didn't want to wear them. So it's really helpful to go shopping or go looking for sewing patterns or go looking for fabrics, knowing, okay, I'm really feeling like I really want to dress. I maybe want to get a pair of pants, but I really don't want shorts. Like, you know, it's just good having a list of like, okay, it's kind of like the equivalent of going grocery shopping and having a list versus not having a list. A lot of times if you go grocery shopping without having a list, you'll end up getting a dozen eggs when you already had eggs at home. It just helps you remember, okay, I want to dress, don't want strappy tops. So that helps. It also helps having a list of like components in a aesthetic that maybe you don't like. Maybe you like the coquette aesthetic, but you don't like the color pink. Maybe you like the old money aesthetic, but you don't like gloves. Then it's nice knowing like, okay, I want this, I don't want that. I know it seems kind of silly, like, well, I already know that, like, why would I want to write it down? But writing it down really helps cement it in your head, because I cannot, like, there's been so many times where I bought something and I'm like, I can't work with it. I can't work under these conditions. I cannot work with this. So yeah, in conclusion, make the mood board, know the details you like, and know the pieces of clothing that you don't like, so that way when you go shopping or when you go out to make your wardrobe and buy sewing patterns and buy fabrics or buy clothes, you know what to get. You have the notes written down and you have it set in your brain. So yeah, that's everything I have for you today. I don't know if this is going to be a short video or not. I feel like it might be a bit of a short video, but I hope you guys liked watching, and I hope you guys stay tuned for more styling tip videos because I really like making these. Okay, bye!